Diablo 4 is not a bad game. No matter how much large YouTube channels and streamers might like to scream it, it's not a bad game. It's a Diablo game, and Diablo games, for the most part, have never had an end game, and that's what everyone's problem is with Diablo 4, lack of end game. Which, I'll be completely honest with you, it doesn't have an end game, but neither did Diablo 2, 3, and now 4. Diablo 1 wasn't even multiplayer. It was a single player game, and once you beat the game, you got a small little video and the game just ended. Diablo 2 was secret cow level runs until the expansion came out, and then bail runs until you got bored of the game and left. Diablo 3 didn't have an end game at all. Eventually they added in monster power, which was junk, so they scrapped that, and then they put in rifts, which is the current state of Diablo 3. But again, that's just run the same content over and over again, hoping for a better drop so you can run the same content faster. Diablo 4, you have nightmare dungeons, which is essentially the same as rifts, just not as robust, and then you run nightmare dungeons over and over and over again, hoping for a drop to make you more powerful to run nightmare dungeons faster and more efficient. You see where I'm going with this? There's no actual end game, and there's never been an end game in any of the Diablo games ever. And people expecting there to be an end game is kind of just not going to happen, because Blizzard has never really cared about their end game. They care a lot about their story and the way the game looks, and they expect that to carry their games. Does that make Diablo bad? Maybe for some people. For me, I enjoy coming into a new season, killing a bunch of monsters, seeing a whole bunch of big ass numbers on the screen, and then moving on to another game when I get bored. I do the same thing with Path of Exile. I'll come in at the beginning of the league, I will have a blast for a few weeks to a few months, and then I move on to another game. And that's just the way that I work on all ARPGs, and that's the way most people are with ARPGs, because that's kind of how they're designed. You come in at the beginning of the season, you blast through the game and have fun for a few weeks, maybe even a few months if there's a really good mechanic that time around, and then you move on to another game. It's been a few months that Diablo's been out without any real significant changes. So, yeah, Season 1 came out, but it's essentially the exact same as the Eternal Realm, minus the Malignant Hearts. But realistically, the Malignant Hearts, the way I like to think of them is they're like a pseudo aspect that's socketed into your jewelry. You put it in there and you forget it exists, and you don't really care about it anymore from that point forward. The actual seasonal boss can be one-shot by almost every class in the game, so he doesn't even matter. And realistically, there's not much to do that's different than the Eternal Realm. So everybody's reached that point of I'm bored of Diablo, and they want to move on to another game. But before people are moving on to a game this time around, they have to flame the ever-living piss out of Diablo and say D4 bad every chance they get before moving on to another game. And by all means, you can leave D4 bad all you want in the comments. I don't really care. It's not my game. It's not my project. I don't make any income off of these videos. I don't make any income off of Diablo itself because I don't work for Blizzard. So you can spam D4 bad all you want. It doesn't bother me or faze me at all, because the current version of Diablo, it's getting stale from most people. Actually, it's got stale for most people a while ago, which is why they started spamming D4 bad. And realistically, it's not bad, it's just you're bored of the game. And that's going to happen every single time you play an ARPG after a couple weeks. So, being that the game's been out for what, like 2.5 months? Yeah, you're going to be bored of the game. I'm bored of the game. I'm waiting for PoE to come out on the 18th, and I'm going to play the ever-living crap out of that until I get bored of the game. And then I'm probably going to go pitter around in WoW for a little bit until something else sparks my interest, and then I'll go play that. And that's how ARPGs are. So Diablo 4 is not bad, it's an ARPG. And realistically, if you think that Diablo 4 is bad because it doesn't have an end game, go play Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 and really look at their end game. Remember, Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 got much, much better reviews than Diablo 4. But yet they're the exact same, there's no end game. So, cut it a little slack for now. Wait a couple seasons, maybe they can finally add an actual end game. Who knows, maybe, maybe not. If not, it's fine. It's a Diablo game. The whole point is to just slay monsters, see big numbers, and have fun. And with the most recent patch, they increased the mob density so it doesn't have that huge gap of time going from one mob pack to another mob pack. So currently the game actually feels better than it has the entire time since it launched. So if you actually stop playing Diablo for a little bit, right now would actually be a good time to come back and try something like Nightmare 50 plus, because the mob density is higher the higher Nightmare level you go, and just try it out. I did a Saret's Lair earlier where the mob density was so thick that I was having so much fun. Numbers were flying on my screen. I was having a blast just slaying the dungeon, and completely forgetting about anything besides kill monster, have fun. I wasn't thinking about endgame. I wasn't thinking about even getting an armor piece to drop. I was just enjoying killing so many monsters on my game in such a short period of time and not having a large downtime in between the next pack. And that's what really was pissing me off with Diablo 4 was I had to go so long from pack A to pack B and then pack B to pack C, and it just became really, really just annoying that I was running more than I was killing. And that has finally been remedied and fixed, and I feel like the game is in a healthier state because when you have more mobs that you're killing, that means there's more items that you're getting, and more items that you're getting means more potential upgrades for your gear. Again, kill more stuff, get more items so you can kill more stuff. That's the entirety of Diablo games. So Diablo's not bad, it's Diablo. So if Diablo's not your cup of tea, go play another game. Come back in season 2, check it out. It might be good, it might be bad. I don't know. I'm not a designer, and I don't know what's going on with this game besides whatever I can see. Go play the games you enjoy playing. Play our ARPGs whenever a new season drops, and then pitter off to another game and enjoy playing that game until a new season comes out, and rinse and repeat and just enjoy yourself. There's no need to flame a game because maybe it didn't meet your expectations. D4 bad once, move on. It's not a big deal. D4 is not bad, but D4 is also not good. Let me 100% say that. D4 is not bad, but D4 is not good. It could be good, but it's not currently good. D4 right now is in a state of meh, and that's what I'm calling this video. Diablo 4 is not bad. It's meh. So there you have it. Diablo 4 is not actually bad. It's just not really that good. It's kind of just mediocre at best at the moment. And yeah, hopefully it gets really better in the future. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day and go hug somebody today. All right, bye.